ready to fight. My 8-year-old self is ready to fight. Hello, Aroma. This is Aromie here. Welcome back to our life. We are here about to do long day. Whatever that means. It was another scorching summer day, the kind where no sooner had you finished one cup of water, you're already filling it up again. Ugh. Everyone else had something on, so that afternoon it was just you and Shiloh. Shiloh? Ew! This didn't happen much, especially since Cove had arrived. Without Lizzie around, Shiloh looked to you for all the answers and made you feel frustrated, nothing really pleased. I don't know, nothing really. Shiloh went along with whatever you wanted, so he wasn't bothered, but he also wasn't that much fun. You drained yet another drink. Oh, okay, yeah. And frowned at the empty vessel. Your thirst was gone, but you still craved something icy cold and refreshing, something sweet, something like a popsicle, an ice cream cone, or an ice cream sandwich. Oh, popsicle. You wanted something fruity and brightly colored. There's nothing like that to be found at home. You knew that without needing to look. Your mom didn't keep sweets in the house. Damn it! Sounds like my dad. Outside, there were plenty of places where such goodies could be obtained, but there were shops in demand of payment in exchange for their products. You sighed, you voiced your predicament out loud, you asked Shiloh for help. No, I'm sorry. As much as you really wanted that treat, it wasn't going to happen. What's wrong? I want a popsicle. Shiloh, who had been draped over the sofa, perked up.
Yeah.
That sounds good. We don't have any here, and I don't have any money. Oh, let me check if I have any. Oh, Shiloh! Shiloh rummaged his backpack and proudly produced an assortment of coins, plus one straight button. He set the button aside and counted the coins in neat piles, just over $1. He announced this to Shiloh. He had almost certainly come to the same conclusion that he'd been watching you expectantly. It's a start, it's not enough. How much is a popsicle? Just over $1, right, they said? Or it is $1. It's a start. Shiloh beamed at you. We'll need to find some more. Okay. The two of you lifted couch cushions, stuck tiny hands down in deep crevices in the sofa and under furniture and scoured the back of drawers. Most of what you found was useless or gross, bent paper clips, fluffy wisps of dust, or sandy crumbs, but every so often one of you would strike silver or bronze and it added to the growing pile of coins. Dusty and deceived for checking every room, disheveled, and squinting into every tiny nook, the two of you finished pooling your finds. Shiloh held his breath as he counted the coins once again. $2.53 and 2 buttons. You didn't know when the second button had decided to join the party, but you were too pleased with your successful haul to throw it out. Is that enough? You figured he knew the answer without looking to you for confirmation, but the thrill of your success and the reward that would follow canceled out any other feelings you might have had about it. Yeah. You could now afford something at the shops. Just one thing, but that was definitely better than none. Shiloh clapped his hands. Is there a popsicle that can, break in half? That would be ideal right now. Hey! Oh damn, Shiloh, you're really up in my face. The two of you dashed outside. The promise of sugar buoyed you onto your destination where breathless but happy, you stared at the overwhelming number of options. You knew what you wanted, but it wasn't just you who had contributed the funds to get the treat. You seemed to notice your pause. Are you getting a popsicle? Shiloh asked as though he was entirely separated from the decision rather than someone with a stake in the outcome. Do you mind? Shiloh cocked his head to the side. It was your idea, you should choose. Oh, Shiloh! You went ahead and got what you wanted originally? Are you really sure it's okay? You tried to get something you both wanted anyway. No, I wanted to get both. It wasn't fair for you to be the only one to decide when you'd been a main factor in making this happen. Some of the money came directly from his backpack. What do you like? All of them, they're so good. Oh, right, I forgot. Shiloh's so agreeable. You pressed further. But what do you really like? Popsicles or ice creams? Which is your favorite? Oh, it's so hard to pick. I don't know. Frustrated, you cut the heart of the matter. You want me to choose? Yeah. And that was that. You got the dessert you wanted originally. Hope Shiloh will actually like it too. Finally, the reward of all your hard work was in your hands. You sucked on the fruity popsicle you'd bought. The icy treat cooled you down perfectly and the zesty flavor was refreshing. You held it out to Shiloh so he could take a turn. He shook his head.
You can finish it.
Shiloh! You're so kind, but are you sure? You didn't want any? After everything he did to help get it, that was weird. But you accepted the offer, you tried to include Shiloh, you hesitated. You try to include him! Even if Shiloh said it was okay, every story you'd ever seen on TV or read in a book said that sharing was caring. You stood your ground, even as a treat started to trickle dangerously towards your fingers. It's only fair that you have some, we both bought it. But you want it more than I do, and getting to play was a lot of fun already, so you can have it. It's more fair. You held it out to him. I want you to have some even more than I want to finish it, so eat your part. Relenting, Shiloh took the treat and gave it a taste. His eyes lit up.
Thank you.
It's really good. You smile, pleased with your good deed. You picked the best one. Oh, thanks, Shiloh. I know you like my sister more, but you know. Didn't mean that. Shiloh was always nice no matter what happened, even if he hated it. You knew he wouldn't say so. Maybe he thought it was gross and that's the real reason why you didn't want to take some. You had no idea. You studied him as he ate a little more. He had every appearance of enjoying himself. Still weird. Until you began to head back home as he ate. You walked side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts kept drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It was almost as if Shiloh didn't know how to say what he felt or was too afraid to. You figured that was his problem, didn't care. Are you scared of me? You thought that was kind of sad. Are we friends? Are we friends? Why would you ask that? I'm kind of torn from these two. You thought that was kind of sad, and are we friends? Of course he's gonna be like, yeah, we're friends. Why? But are we friends? Shiloh opened his eyes wide, seemingly caught off guard by the blunt question. Yeah, I think so. It says that, but friends should be able to talk to each other without being scared. Shiloh wouldn't do that. Were you even really friends at all? He rubbed his hands together nervously over your non-reaction.
Sorry.
You weren't sure how sorry he could be without knowing what he's even apologizing for, but you shook your head. He didn't do anything. It was true. Exactly the point. He didn't do anything. Shiloh hadn't done something mean. He'd gone out of his way to make you happy. That didn't seem like he would be... That didn't seem like it should be a bad thing, yet it bothered you. I just don't know if you like me. It's like it doesn't matter what I do, you're gonna act the same. I could be anybody and you wouldn't care. No, I like you. I really, really like you, Ichigo. I want to be friends. Okay? You smiled hesitantly at him and his fidgeting ceased. Even though you weren't sure if you believed him, this was only making things worse. You decided that maybe there were all types of friends. If Shiloh wasn't able to do things differently, this would be alright. Shiloh made you unsure about settling a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with just him. There had been good times and there had been confusing ones. You were positive of one thing at least. The treat was delicious and that was nice. Yeah, what are we? Because he likes Lizzie more. We could be acquaintances. We don't have to be friends. I mean, but I don't think I knew what acquaintances were when I was 8, so... The sun was low on the horizon as you returned to your neighborhood. There you spotted two familiar figures up ahead, Lizzie and Cove. You opened your mouth to make your presence known to them, just as you saw the tears on Cove's face. Why is he crying? What happened to Cove? You walked straight over, Shiloh at your heels. Once there, you defended. Cove took a moment to make a joke, accused Lily of causing trouble. Carefully asked what happened. Yeah, Lizzie doesn't... It doesn't look like she, did anything. I think she just looks sad. Asked what happened. Without a time machine, the only way you were going to find out was by asking the witnesses. Lizzie might have done something, but she could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or even come to Cove's aid. You wanted to hear the story. Cove, what happened?
Ichigo!
He sounds so hurt! I got yelled at. By who? I'm ready to fight! My 8-year-old self is ready to fight! He took a deep, steadying breath. Some grandparents got mad at me. Oh, wait, what? Sorry. Lizzie jerked her head in the direction of a nearby house. Your heart sunk. You knew exactly what had happened. Every year, the same mean old couple rented out that condo for the summer. You, Lizzie, and Shiloh needed to stay away from them, but Cove couldn't have. They're like that with everyone. Even your mom struggled to find anything nice to say about them, but the elderly pair particularly took offense to kids. Yeah, Lizzie said. Lizzie drew herself up at that. She looked pointedly in your direction. I was helping. Well, good job, Lizzie. I wasn't accusing you. That's cool. Is there anything I can do? No. I'm just gonna stay away. Or you could teach them a lesson. No. Don't listen to that devil on your shoulder, Cove. There's a devilish glint in her eyes. What? You should ding-dong ditch them. Go ring the doorbell and run. It'll be great, because they're so slow. They'll never catch you. But that just makes them hate children even more. That's dumb. I don't want to go near them ever again.
You're just saying that because you're a chicken.
Why is she so mean? Cove glared, but he didn't take the bait. Lizzie turned to you. You're not a chicken, are you? Cluck. We ain't gonna join that. You'd rather just avoid them? You thought they deserved worse? What? I'll do it. Fuck. Avoid. You looked at the house. Behind those closed doors lurked two beings rich in years but poor in patience. Wow, that's a good saying. Wow. Maybe they deserved retaliation. Maybe they didn't. But that punishment wouldn't be coming from you. It was safe to stay away from them. You could live without the hassle. I'm not doing it either. Another chicken for the coop. This is a hen house now. If for chickens, you're a lizard, Lizzie. She wagged her tongue at his face. Still better than a bird-brain chicken. The condo door opened, revealing one of the two culprits. The old man's wizened face was set in a scowl, which was to say he looked exactly like he always did when you saw him. Maybe that was his normal face. What are you kids doing loitering outside my house? Or maybe he was always just in a terrible mood. Nothing. Nothing? He repeated the words as if it was the greatest crime anyone could commit. Nothing good, more like get lost. It wasn't as if he owned the space outside the house, but Cove's eyes, still red from his earlier tears, were wide, and he thought it would be best to heed the old man's command. Lily took off, with Shiloh immediately trailing after her without so much as a glance back in your direction. So much for your friendship. I mean, he only uses us to die. I don't know. I feel like Shiloh's a kind of guy that would like just spend time with you because he has no one else currently that he wants to spend time with. You know, the friends. You waved your arm at Cove, summoning him to follow you, and ran after Lizzie. The old man's hollers propelled you all from the street to the sanctity of the hill. Only once you were safe did you notice a stitch in your chest and ache of your legs. You flapped down the blades of grass, tickling your face. Lizzie, who had been taking the lead in the end, was already lazing on the ground. The four of you took a moment to catch your breath and enjoy the feeling of cool grass against your skin.
Cove.
Cove lifted his head. If I told you there were mean grandparents around here... Oh, sorry. I told you, sorry. Cove rolled his eyes and decided this wasn't dismissive enough and rolled his whole body away from your sister. Lizzie chose to ignore his response and started chatting to Shiloh, who eagerly joined in the conversation. In the back of your mind, you knew you'd be second fiddle again to Shiloh once Lizzie came around. It always went like that. And it was fine, you thought. You still felt a little sad after how much time you spent together today. And it was always annoying. No, I would be sad, dude. What the hell? You had been hoping the two of you might have become closer, but you had to let it go. He was happy where he was. You closed your eyes, laid on your side, and relaxed. Some time passed with you like that. It felt good to take a real break. Oh, Cole, my God, this is such a beautiful color, like scheme going on here. You move on to your... Okay, I already read that. Sorry. Did I read that? I don't know. Whatever. The blanket of clouds reminded you of a thick throw you curled under on cold rainy days. You wondered if the clouds would be as soft. They lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes. You saw a dolphin, you saw a car, you saw an alpaca! I love alpacas! But there's also a smiley face. Alpaca, whatever. You saw a fluffy alpaca in the sky. You nudged Cove and pointed to it. Can you see the alpaca? Cove joined you in gazing. Oh my God. You're so effortlessly beautiful. Cove joined you in gazing skywards. It's more like a llama. Cove, I'm about to fight. I like alpacas more. Hey! He chuckled at your reaction. He knew I'm about to fight. While the sun's light faded from the sky and the moon rose higher, Liz got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean visible from the crest of the hill beckoned with every sweep of the tide. Let's go to the beach. What? There was no argument from the other two. Shiloh was still Shiloh, and Cove would never say no to going to the shore. He was a child of the sea. You wanted to go there too? We're too tired to argue. We're happy to do what others wanted, objected to the plan. I'm too tired to argue. It had been a long hot day. You weren't bothered about going there, but you would rather do that than make a scene. You stepped onto the sand for a second time that day, but it felt different at night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour. Abandoned sandcastles and footsteps in the sand, too big to belong to any of you, were the only indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. The four of you kicked shoes off, removed socks, and walked along the water's edge. The waves tickled your feet. I wonder what would happen if you tried to make a bath in the ocean. What the fuck? Or take a bath, sorry. With shampoo and everything. That would be bad for the fish.
Jeez.
I didn't say anyone would do it. Somebody already has, probably. Jeez, you don't have to be so serious about everything. You're the one who asked what would happen. That is what would happen, and it hurt fishes. I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun. Me too. Bubble baths are luxurious. You've never heard Lizzie use that word before. Mommy loves to have bubbles in her bath. She'll turn the lights off and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when's your mom coming back to pick She's up anyway. Not for a while. She's busy. What about your dad? How come you never talk about him? Nobody does. Don't you know that you're not supposed to ask something like that? Why would somebody want to talk about something they never talk about? You kept your eyes on the ground, watching your toes get swallowed by waves. Even if Shiloh never seemed upset when this topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both of your moms. It's okay. Unlike Lizzie and Michiko, I don't have a dad. I don't have two moms. I just have one. She's really great. Oh, sorry. I only have one now too. My mom isn't here. She's back home. It's just my dad with me.
Sorry.
I never had a dad or anything, so I don't feel bad. It's really sad that your mom is gone. Cove nodded. You joked about Shiloh's mom getting together with Cove's dad? Hell no. Even if they're all different, our parents are good in their own ways.
Yeah.
Cove couldn't muster a response. You don't think he truly disagreed, though. The silence broke with splashes Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cool water and sodden sand splattered against your legs. What the heck? Lizzie giggled, foot still outstretched from the kick. Cove joined in, striking the incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Shiloh scurried out of the Cove's spray zone with a grin. You retaliated. The fuck? I'm not gonna run away. You used your foot to smack the water filling around you, sending an arc of sea foam flying back onto your sister. You laughed as she spluttered. Some of the salty seawater had landing in her mouth. She spat it out. Yuck. They chased you intent on revenge. You dashed up and down the coast, taking it in turns to be the predator and the prey. And, I mean, at least they're being nice about that. I could have been the prey the whole time. As well as joining forces to take down Shiloh or Cove. Alliances were silently forged and wordlessly broken. Everything was fair game in war. Shiloh's weird exclamation was drowned out by the biggest splash yet, caused by him falling face first, oh shit, onto the ground. That would have been bad enough without the wave that followed, cascading over his prone body. Shiloh sat up, shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain. As you all hurried over to check on him, his hair was plastered to his head and his soaked clothes clung. If there were any parts of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. That was crazy. Are you okay? Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over. Way to go, way to go, Shiloh, you Dumbo. You I thought it said it. You offended. You offered him some help up. Let him get. No, here, let's help. You know, you're using me, Shiloh, but you know, I'm still gonna be your friend here for some reason. Shiloh didn't take your outstretched hand. After a moment, you dropped it. What the fuck? You didn't accept my offer? Nah, okay. I'll remember this. Michiko will remember. Lizzie was too busy snickering to notice and held her hand out to Shiloh too. This fucking simp. He reached over and took it. Slowly he started to pull himself from the ground. Then he slipped on the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them.
Sorry.
What were the odds of that happening twice in a row? They thought they must be low, but there's no way Shiloh would do something like that on purpose, then pretend it was an accident, especially not to Lizzie. Kinda sus. Even if your relationship with Shiloh felt unclear, he did at least like her a lot. Lizzie was his favorite, right? Smiling boldly, Lizzie extracted herself from the ground and wiped a streak of sand from her cheek. She didn't intend to let this embarrass her. Shiloh got up again as well, this time without incident. He still looked like a drowned puppy, but that didn't stop Cove laughing at the two of them. With that, it was time to call it a day. Before you grudgingly Damn, we're a mess. Made your way back home, leaving a trail of wet footsteps and sand in your wake as damp clothes weighed the group down. Your moms were outside chatting to Cove's dad. We're back. Your mom's faces fell when they took in the state you all were in, ranging from messy to soaked.
No.
Elizabeth, is that all you have to say for yourself? You brought half the beach back with you. They certainly did. What's Marigold going to do when she comes to get Shiloh? Is that how you want him to be for a long drive home? Cold and filthy? Lizzie's expression turned sulky or scolding. Being the oldest could be fun, but also meant she was the first to get in trouble when something went wrong. Mr. Holden, on the other hand, chuckled as he ruffled Cole's matted hair. You've been out making memories, bucko. I'm glad you had a good time with your friends. Cove used his slightly moist cast arm to push his dad off. Mr. Holden's eyes widened when he noticed even that had gotten wet. Now he was worried too. I think they could have found a less risky way to spend time and had just as much fun. That might be right. Kids, what can you do? Come on, Cove. Let's go get you clean and dried off. We wouldn't want that cast to have to be reset. Cove winced at the thought.
Okay.
That a boy. Mr. Holden casually bent down and plucked Cove up off the ground, ultimately holding Cove against his chest. Sand was already transferring from Cove onto him, but that didn't seem to bother Mr. Holden. Mr. Holden? It's perfect. Cove processes being carried, but only got a reassuring pat on the back for his trouble.
Take care.
Good night, Cove. Take care. Sorry. Thank you for the talk clip. Night, Melody family, and Shiloh too.
Fine.
Well, we'd better do what we can to fix you guys up too. Come on, everybody inside. I want you to march straight to the downstairs bathroom.
Ugh.
Yes, Mom. Okay, Lizzie's mom. Don't worry about stopping to wipe your feet on the mat this time. That won't do much good tonight. Sitting on an old beach towel your mommy had found, you waited in the hall. Until you were less standing, you weren't allowed to go to your room or walk around the house. But you did get to eat a sandwich for dinner there. It felt like an indoor picnic. It had been decided that Shiloh would wash first and borrow some of your clothes. He was already finished and packed away in his mom's car. Miss Fields had come to collect him a little while ago. It was a bit of a funny experience seeing him without the hat on for once. Lizzie, being much more soaked than you, got to go in the tub next. It wasn't a bubble bath as she hoped. This was a no fun allowed cleanup session. At least that's what she claimed. Not much longer it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you'd have to go right to bed. After a day like this, though, you were glad there weren't going to be any further events. Drifting off to sleep sounded like a great idea. Okay, that was a longer episode that you guys got. I'm just gonna set the episodes for each scene. It's gonna have the entire episode instead of just cutting off like 15 minutes every time. Anywho, our next one is Sandcastle. Hopefully we can make a sandcastle with I was gonna say Shiloh. It's not Shiloh. Cove. Cause I want some time with Cove. Damn it. Not Shiloh. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.